If there's one thing I know I'm really, really good at, it would be interrupting. Not something I'm proud of, but let's be honest with ourselves. We all know things that we're not so happy about, but we're really good at. So today I want to talk about why ADHDers are often really good at interrupting and 15 plus tangible tools and techniques to work on improving interrupting to improve our relationships, our connection, our communication with people. Why are ADHDers really good and oftentimes queens and kings of interrupting? Well, there are multiple reasons, right? We have a fast moving brain. Oftentimes our brain is moving faster than what we can articulate. So we feel like we need to interrupt to get that thought out quick enough because it's important to us now or because we don't want to forget it. Also, we're impulsive. We're impulsive people. Oftentimes we can't be patient to wait for our turn. We just want to jump in now and get that off our mind now. We have poor working memory. It might be hard for us to remember it. And to us, it seems really important in the moment and we feel the need to share it then. We might have anxiety or stress and that just kind of builds on itself and worsens and makes us want to interrupt or feel the need or the importance to interrupt. We might be really excited and we want to share something that's just so exciting to us with someone right now and feel the need to interrupt them. We feel that we need to prove ourselves and we need to say it now in order to prove ourselves, make our point, feel validated, feel respected in a certain area. Also, we might just be bored and we want to change the subject, so we might interrupt to try to progress that subject or topic or change that topic faster. What can we do? What are 15 tried and true techniques to help the ADHD brain work on not interrupting as much? So I'll quickly go through the list to not bore you or to lose your interest, but exercise. So exercise helps build that dopamine level and helps us be able to focus and concentrate. So before an important meeting or conversation, exercise is a really good thing to do, 20 or 30 minutes. It helps us focus better. And it also helps cut back on that impulsivity and that desire to interrupt. We can hold off or push back that desire to interrupt quicker, easier. Taking notes can be helpful to avoid interrupting, asking permission to talk before we just blurt out, avoid distracting environments. So if we're going to be at a park or a party or somewhere distracting, be aware that this might be a lot of stimulus or a little overload for us as ADHDers, and we might have the propensity to want to interrupt in a situation like that. Try to avoid distracting environments if you're able to. So some other tools and techniques you can use to work on interrupting include things like a fidget toy. So a bracelet you can spin or some fidget toy or thing you can do to distract you or keep you from interrupting. Another thing or tool you can do is ask for permission and apologize for interrupting. So ask for permission. I'm sorry, I don't want to forget what I'm talking about, or I think it's really important to inject this here, but can I interrupt you to say X, Y, and Z? Or I'm so sorry I interrupted you. That was important for me to get across right now. Something like that. Permission or asking for apologies for doing that. Take a deep breath, focus on deep breathing, mindfulness, kind of toning down the speed of things and intensity, kind of remembering that this doesn't have to be a now thing. I don't need to interrupt others. Just practicing signaling and how can I signal to others to let them know I want to say something, but try not to interrupt them in the process. Listen and ask questions when appropriate can help with interrupting. Write things down, or if you don't want to write them down, say, I don't want to write this down, but it's important for me to say this right now. I really like the wait method. So that is, why am I talking now? Do I need to be talking now? Does this need to have, my voice need to be heard now, or can I wait a minute or 5 minutes or for this conversation to flow or finish? Rehearse conversations ahead of time can be really helpful. So what am I going to say? How am I going to articulate? How am I going to get things across? How am I going to work, or what technique am I going to use to not interrupt during that conversation? Give yourself time out. So I'm not going to allow myself to talk for 10 seconds or 60 seconds. Give yourself like a timeout, a mental timeout from saying anything so you don't interrupt or say something you regret saying. And lastly, post a note, a post-it note on your laptop or somewhere that you can visually see it so that it reminds you to not interrupt in the moment. Relationships, communication are crucial for life and well-being and just thriving. And so as ADHDers, if we're queens and kings of interrupting, how can we slowly, baby steps, work on incorporating one or two of these techniques so that we're interrupting less and less, improving relationships, improving conversation, improving workflow, home life and work life due to less distractions, less interrupting. Thank you. That's it for today.